Welcome everyone to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host, Scotty McCoy, and boy, do I have a surprise for all of you. I have on Zoom with me right now Felissa Rose, and she played Angela Baker in the cult classic Sleepaway Camp. Hey, Felissa, how you doing?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me. Thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
glad that you can do this. I thank Matt Burns for setting this up, a good friend of mine, and I'm so
You
glad.
man. I can't wait to be at Carolina Fear Fest.
Absolutely, and I know he. It's funny because he set me up with Dave Sheridan. And he said, "Do you have Felissa Rose?" I'm like, I couldn't get in touch with her. He's like, consider it done.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, I'm glad we made it work. Thank you.
Absolutely, not a problem. So the first question I got for you is, how did you get your start into acting?
I was so little and I loved singing and dancing. I was like 2 or 3, and my parents got me into
Mhm.
classes. And then the next thing I knew, I was trying to be a musical theater star. And a manager in the area in New York where I lived came
Mhm.
in and said, "Hey, there's an audition for a commercial and a Broadway
Mhm.
show, and here's a horror movie." And I booked it, and it was called Sleepaway Camp. So
Awesome.
rest is history, as they say, but it was the greatest day of my life, and I'm so thrilled I had that opportunity.
Absolutely, Sleepaway Camp is probably one of my favorite slasher movies. It is so
Oh,
good. I love it. I
that's
love
so
it.
cute.
And I know you probably get asked this a lot, but the ending of the movie is like, hey, what just happened? So,
Shocking, especially for that time. I think
yes.
very original, unusual way to end a film, because then it
Hmm.
cuts to green and that's the end of it.
Absolutely. So, regarding the end, the surprise ending, I should say, was that really you at the end? And can you give us a story about how that was filmed?
Well, they actually made a mold of my face
Okay.
and they put it on a young boy, and he stood there for the long faraway shots,
Hmm.
and the close-ups were me. So I would do, and then they would, have him standing there with the mask on. So
Nice.
they figured
Nice.
out how to do it, and fortunately it worked.
It did. It was a big shocker because I honestly thought, Angela was a girl. And then the shock is Angela died and it wasn't Angela the whole time, which is really amazing, like a big twist.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alerts. So going back, backtracking a little bit, what was your audition like for Sleepaway Camp?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, immediately when I met Robert Hiltzik, the writer director, we just had this great connection, and he was
Nice.
super sweet and kind. I was only 12 at the audition, and I
Hmm.
just did my best. And then he called me back, and I felt like I think I have a good shot.
Nice.
And it was just, one of the greatest things that ever happened to me.
Hmm.
So super grateful to the movie and to him and everybody who has supported the film.
Right.
It's been an incredible adventure.
Absolutely. So did you happen to know from the beginning that you were going to be the killer of the movie and that your character really wasn't Angela the whole time?
I did. They
Okay.
told us at the callback with the
Hmm.
producer and Robert what was going to happen in the movie, because our
Hmm.
parents had to give consent. And then I read the script, and it seemed super fun, campy, a
Yes,
lot of characters, and I loved it from the minute I read it.
absolutely, absolutely. And so what was the best part about filming Sleepaway Camp and what was the worst?
The best part were the people. I mean, the cast, the crew, we were like a big family. We
Yeah.
had so much fun. It was like really going to sleepaway camp.
Hmm.
The worst part for me was probably saying goodbye, like really and
Okay.
truly. Once the movie was over, I had to go back to 8th grade and
Yeah.
reunite with school and regular school days, and some classmates who weren't exactly like the nicest girls. You know how
Mm.
13, 14-year-old girls have their
Yeah.
little problems. So that was really difficult at the time, but it certainly all made up for it. In the end, it was like
Absolutely.
great experience and truly the fact.
Absolutely. Yep. And now look at you. You're a horror icon.
Uh, I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, going off of Sleepaway Camp a little bit, I know you're going to be involved with the film Go Away, which is being directed by a good friend of mine, Dave Kerr.
I love her.
I love him too. I had him on my show. Great guy. And I interviewed a lot of people for Bloody Summer Camp as well. I had a lot of people on the show from that. A lot on the show from that. So regarding Go Away, tell us a bit about your character and what this film is all about.
Well, I think it's a really cool story. It's contemporary. It's my favorite subgenre. I love home invasion. I don't want to give too much away, but I would say, family, and a lot of shit happens, and there's a lot of movement and motion and great effects by Amber, Dave's wife, and I'm a drunken mess. I play Aunt Mary, and I'm having too much fun at the family reunion. So much fun that I think I say too much to the entire family. My lips are loose, and Tuesday night is there, and Tom Matthews and all of the great people from Bloody Summer Camp, a lot of the cast members, Shonda and Matt, and just so many great.
Absolutely. Shonda, great person, became really good friends with her. I do too.
She's film Dark Circles.
Nice.
I love I produced a film, and she's in there. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And Matthew Sharp, another great guy, had him on. Cody Falk, I became good friends with from Bloody Summer Camp, and Chris Ridings, who played Devilface as behind the mask of Devilface.
Lynn, who we all love.
Right. So
fantastic.
Absolutely. And I mean, in the indie community is really it really is a family. It really is.
Across the board, it's one big happy family.
Absolutely. And speaking of Bloody Summer Camp, so what was that like? What was that experience like? Can you tell us about the character, what the film's about, a little bit about that, promote that a little bit?
Well, Dave got in touch with me, and I read the script, and what I loved about the script was I'm not a stranger to camp, and getting to play like the co-director Michelle Powell, total bitch. So I love that I get to play like mean and sarcastic and witty of Dave's writing. When I got there, though, I immediately, like Sleepaway Camp, fell in love with everyone. They were already family, and they welcomed me, and I just had a great time on set and a great time portraying this sort of bitchy, like I'm over it kind of.
Yeah, nice.
Always fun to play mean, because in life, we don't. Hopefully, no one is truly that way. Exactly. So it was that out.
That's awesome. So as I mentioned, and I'm dead serious about this, you are a horror icon. Like, I mean, you're my childhood. So, of course. So as a professional actress, if there's an aspiring actor or actress watching this, do you have any advice for them on if they're trying to get their foot into the door of acting?
Yeah, I mean, today, especially with social media and conventions, go out there, get out there, talk to people, find a group who, are as passionate as you. Write. Joe Bob Briggs is the first one to say, write something. Create your own work, create your own film, make it happen. You can put it on YouTube. You can, find actors in the area and get together, and then you have your own family. So I always say like-minded, great people, and who are just as excited and have the same dream, and make that work. Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And before I get into the last question, I am an actor myself, so I hope one day I could work with you. That'd be amazing, a dream come true. Definitely. I know you're going to be at the Pop and Horror Con in Maryland. So you'll be doing if you want to promote that and any other projects you got going on in the works, conventions, appearances, social media accounts, websites, or anything at all that you want to promote, this is your time.
Oh, thank you. Well, April 8th through the 10th, I'll be at New Jersey HorrorCon, and then the week after that, I'll be at Full Moon, and then the week after that, I'll be at Huntsville, Alabama. After that, I do a screening in Minnesota, Spookala in May, Carolina Fear Fest. There's, a convention every single weekend, and in between, I get to make fun movies like Craving and The Demons Within. I leave for The Undesirables. Time's Up is coming out, and Dark Circles, and Terrifier 2, and Stepdaddy. A lot of fun things coming out. I'm all over Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I love interacting with everyone. My website is felissarose.com, where all my appearances are listed, as well as films that are coming out or happening. And I just appreciate everyone, and I'm super grateful for, you know, the love and support. And I just hope everyone knows that you're always in my heart. Like, this community of ours is a family, and I'm very appreciative. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I thank you so much for taking the time, because I know you have a very busy schedule, as you just listed out all the conventions.
It's my kids, you know, they all get out early at different times. It's like always running in a direction, but I wouldn't have it any other way, because I love chatting with you and I love being a mom.
Absolutely. And I mean, you're very talented. You're an amazing actress, and you keep busy. I mean, I'm so excited to meet you. I haven't gotten my tickets yet for the Maryland convention, but I plan on doing that. I did want to ask you though, like, how do you pay for those? Like for your booth, like, do I have to go up to you, or do I get them online?
Yeah. So, you go to the convention, and then all actors and vendors are in the room, and you enjoy the weekend walking around and meeting people. And with my table, I'm really, really, like, I get so excited to see everybody. So I haven't been to Maryland in a long time. So I'm thrilled to be there to meet everyone. But yeah, you just come up to the table, and I have all my pictures there and merch. I have some things to put on my table, so it's fun. It's like
awesome. I haven't been to a convention in so long, especially with the pandemic going on, so I'm so excited to finally get out and go. So, and like I said, I can't wait. Say that again.
People can bring stuff to me, like there's other movies and things, Rally or Nun's Curse or Camp Dread, and I, you know,
I'm
happy.
Awesome. I thank you so much. I thank you so much, Felissa. You have a great rest of your day, and I thank you so much for joining me.
All right. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.